Hey guys, so how's it going? Now, I'm pretty sure that you guys recognize what I'm wearing. Yes, I just recently went ahead and collected my Love is the Answer t-shirt, one of my best sellers, a t-shirt that bears a statement that is just incredibly powerful. Now, what I've noticed straight away is that the fabric is very high quality. As I told you guys, it's a little bit thicker. The print as well is also very, very high quality. So, I happen to like this t-shirt a lot. And there's no question that very soon I'm going to be wearing it into the cities. I'm definitely going to be rocking it out in the cities. And for all of you guys that are interested, I'm going to put up the QR code so you guys can use that to find the website. And I'm also going to leave links to the website in the description box so you guys can have a direct link to the website. Now guys, let's quickly go ahead and jump into a discussion about this 1 cent move that we all know is coming up here very quickly for Lunc. So just so you guys know, this video is also in response to a question, a comment that was left beneath one of my recent videos, which was a question in regards to the 1 cent price point for Lunc. And here we have this fellow ask this question: based on the price trajectory you've outlined for Lunc, would you advise selling our entire position around the 1 cent level and then waiting for the expected pullback to accumulate more tokens before the next major move toward 10 cents and beyond? Or would you recommend holding at least a portion of our position through the pullback? I'd appreciate your thoughts on the best strategy. Okay guys, so we're going to quickly go ahead and answer this fellow's question. But before we do that, it is important that I let you all know that none of anything that I'm about to say is to be taken or considered financial advice, because I'm most definitely not a financial advisor. So as long as you guys understand that, we can most definitely continue. So in order for me to convey to you my thoughts in a way that you'll have a complete or a comprehensive understanding of why you would need to sell the majority at the 1 cent level, I'm going to have to share some experiences with two other sisters in the body of Christ that Yah had given these specific instructions as well. So here's the first one.
So in the dream, I'm seeing these lines, like the chart going up. So like the Lord was showing me that before it goes to cents, the Lunc, the Terra Luna Classic crypto, before it goes to the cents, like Brother Carl's dream said it was 0.06. And so what I was seeing on these lines were, it's going to go up to 0.009 and then it's going to drop down. And then there will be like a very tiny window, I don't know, maybe a day, or I have no idea. But then it's going to go up again to 0.001 to 3, 4, 5, 6. Brother Carl's dream was 0.06. So I'm like, okay, Lord, good dream, but what do you want me to do with it? And the Lord said, you can take advantage. So only about 3, 4 days ago, I had another unction. And then it's almost like a conversation. The Holy Spirit was telling me, what are you going to do with it? And I said, what do you want me to do, Lord? Take action. Take action. I'm like, okay. So, and then he started to explain to me how this is going to really benefit me.
Okay, so after hearing this revelation that Yah had given to this sister, the first thing that I want to highlight to you guys is the instructions that Yah had given to her, and also the picture that was depicted. But the instructions that Yah had given to her was clear. It had left absolutely no room for confusions whatsoever, in my opinion. Okay, so this is what Yah told her. He told her that before Lunc reaches into the cents, which is, let's say, from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and even 8 cents, before Lunc pumps up to those numbers, to those heights, it will first go, as revealed to the sister, it will first go to 0.009. That's what Yah had given to the sister. That's the instruction that Yah had given to the sister. Now, it's also very important for you guys to know that this 0.009 price point that Yah had given to the sister still correlates with the 1 cent move for Lunc. It's the exact same thing, because I've since went and searched it out as we're called to do, and I found out that this move is actually going to pierce 1 cent. So even though Yah had given this sister the price point of 0.009, I've already told you guys that Yah will never give any of us the exact tops of the moves or the bottoms. It's still highlighting the 1 cent move, or around 1 cent move for Lunc, that we all know is coming and we're expecting. And also, we can't entirely rule this out, that there's a potential that there's some other reason why Yah had given her specifically that 0.009. There could be some specific reason why he gave that to her specifically, because I've also explained to you guys before that the different exchanges, they have different amounts of liquidity, so the pumps won't be exact on all the different exchanges. On some exchanges, the pumps will go higher, and on others, it will top out at lower numbers. So that could also play into it. But regardless of all of that, this move for Lunc that is coming up will go up to around 1 cent. So what do we know? We know that according to the instruction that Yah just gave the sister, we know that first, Lunc will not go up into the cents. That is up to, let's call it 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents onward. It will not pump up there at that point at first. That will come afterwards. First, it will go up to around 1 cent. So after searching it out, I would say that wisdom is to set your sell orders from the 0.009 up to 0.15. So that's 1.5 cents. From 0.009 up to 1.5 cents. Anywhere in between there, so, it would be from there to 1 cent to, 1.1 cents, 1.2 cents, 1.3, 1.4. But I wouldn't go beyond 1.5 cents. I wouldn't try to go too high up to 2 cents. You see, because that's the highest that I've ever heard of it going on this particular move that we know is coming, up to 1.5 cents. I would stick anywhere in between there. I would choose a number in between that 0.009 to 1.5 cents, and I would set my sell orders in that range. So, my brother, I hope that this explanation has granted you some clarity and understanding concerning, what you're to do when that move comes, which we know is just around the corner. What you're going to want to do is to sell the majority, or it's entirely up to you, even as you've asked, or all of it at that sell price. Now, we all know that the higher sell prices are coming. But here's the thing. Here's what you don't want to do. As it's depicted on this picture that our sister had revealed, we know that there's going to be a crash after the 1 cent move. After the 1 cent pump, there's going to be a crash. And potentially, based even off other revelations that Yah given to other folks, Lunc could very well plunge even lower than the price that it's currently at, down even into the 10 zeros after that pump to the 1 cent. And what you don't want to do is to be left holding your bag. Why? Why is that? Because no one knows just how long it will be in between the pumps, in between the spikes. It could, after that first spike to 1 cent, we could have weeks or months or even quite possibly years in between those spikes. And what you don't want to be doing is to, be left holding your bag and waiting for the bigger pumps that will go up to 8 cents, 14 cents, 18 cents, and up to $1, etc. Why? Because time is money. And we all know how insufferable it is to be waiting so long for the coins to pump. So you don't want to do that. Now, I also want you guys to check out this other revelation from the sister here very quick.
Hi, I'm gonna give you a very quick message about the dream that I saw. It is about Luna coin. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor. And I'm not gonna give specific price points because I know that God gives to different people different price points depending on what amount He wants you to receive, specifically what He has for you. But this is the dream that I saw. In my dream, I look, at specific number, the price point that God has given me, and I hear Luna. And then I heard the drop in the price. So impression that I had, understanding that I had is that we know that there will be flash crash, there will be big drop, but the understanding at the head is that before it happens, there will be some coins that will go up before the flash crash. It's not going to be like now we see the coins and then they will go down and then they will go up. I have seen first some coins, they're going to go up, then the flash crash will happen. And then again, the coins will go up. It's like, I believe, 2 waves of wealth transfer. And it's not just Luna coin that I saw.
Okay, guys, so as you've heard it, this sister also said that Lunc will have a big drop. And I also do believe that this big drop that this sister here saw and heard as well correlates to the Bitcoin flash crash. And it's that crash that will come after that 1 cent pump, because she clearly expressed as well that before Lunc will have that crash, it will go up. What I honestly do believe that she saw was the manufactured spike. Whenever Bitcoin will have that pump up to 133,000 and beyond, we will have Lunc make that 1 cent move, that 1 cent pump. That's what I believe that she saw. And then afterwards, and also the other sister afterwards, it will proceed to crash, potentially even down into the making all-time lows down to the 10 zeros. Potentially, I don't know. I'm just assuming that that's how it will play out. I don't know how low it will go. But according to the depiction that's also on this picture, you can see that it will go all the way back down to the levels that it's currently at. So that again tells you that you don't want to be playing around too much and waiting for the higher price points at first. You want to make sure that you take profits. I mean, that is basic wisdom, guys. If you're here to see Lunc go up to that 1 cent area, make sure that you take profits. Because again, in my opinion, this revelation that Yah given to this first sister that we heard, it was crystal clear. It doesn't even need much interpretation. I believe that she also mentions that she asked Yah, what should she do with this? And then the Lord told her, take action. It's an opportunity, and that's exactly what it is. You see, the knowledge of it is an opportunity because others, they don't know this. I'm pretty sure that whenever Lunc's at those levels, there's going to be a great majority out there that are going to be thinking that it's just going to continue on pumping up into the 20 cents, up to 50 and $1. Just like I saw it in the manufactured spike revelations, with these a large number of people that had their seatbelts on. No, it's not yet time for that. Those people are going to end up being wrecked. They're going to get wrecked, guys. You're going to want to take your profits around the 1 cent area, even according to this revelation. That was clear and to the point. You see, right in between that 209 and up to 1.5 cents, somewhere in between there, so that you guys can pick your numbers and set your sell orders. Some of you, perhaps you're gonna wanna maybe set it up for 90% of your Lunc holdings and set up the rest for the higher numbers. Some of you may want to do that, and then there's others of you who may just want to sell everything around that numbers. I can't tell you guys what to do. That will be entirely up to you to decide, what exactly you're going to do. Because in a case where we have a power outage, let's say for some reason at the time of the crash, there's a power outage lasting for a couple weeks. In a case like that, if you were to sell all of your holdings around, or set up the sell order rather, all of your holdings in a sell order around the 1 cent area, and there's like a power outage and you can't gain access to the internet for whatever reason, and let's say the price of Lunc proceeds to crash and then starts to rise back after that power outage, whether that power outage is local or widespread in your country, the price of Lunc could go all the way back down to those numbers, and if it's a couple of days, it could start spiking back beyond and even reaching beyond 1.5 cents up into the higher sell prices. And then you won't be able to go in and to do any transactions, to set up your low limit buy orders, to try to get some more Lunc, to try to catch the higher sell prices. I'm just speculating here. It may not necessarily work out that way. I'm just saying that, there is a slight risk if that scenario were to play out. But if you had beforehand left like 10% of your holdings in the higher sell prices, that would save you from that scenario. If we had like a power outage and you've lost total access to the internet for a period of time, you would also catch the higher sell orders. But like I said, again, it may not play out that way. I honestly do believe that it won't play out that way. I don't think so. I believe that people will have time, even if you sell all of it. I believe that there will be sufficient time for you to, go in and set your low limit buy orders to catch Lunc at the low numbers again, and then set up your sell orders for the higher numbers. So I honestly don't believe that we'll have to worry about that. And guys, another thing that I want to mention is that whenever I'd seen this depiction that our sister had showed, it reminded me of what I saw with Shiba Inu, with the 2 spikes as well. I noticed that the first spike is significantly lower than the second one. Well, that also reminds me of what I saw, which also I believe confirms that this first spike that we're going to see is going to coincide with the manufactured spike that's coming for Bitcoin. And then whenever it crashes, because it proceeds to go all the way back down, just like what I saw with Shiba Inu, it went all the way back down to those low numbers, all the way back down there, guys. But then the second spike, it went so high to the point where it dwarfed the first spike, guys. And now we all know that this second spike is going to come after the Bitcoin flash crash to zero. You see, after Bitcoin proceeds to have the manufactured spike and crashes to zero, we're going to have the biggest spike that we've ever seen in cryptocurrency for all of the coins, including the blue chips. That's when that mega pump is going to come for Shiba Inu. That's going to take it well beyond $100. I've heard several people that say that they see Shiba Inu go up to 50, 100, some thousands. And I have to believe them. Why? Because of that second spike that I saw in my dream. That spike was not normal at all. The first spike was huge, but the second spike was so huge that it dwarfed that first spike. So I honestly do believe that it will do it, that Shiba Inu will go up to those numbers. And Lunc as well will go up to those high numbers that we've heard into the dollars. And some people have seen it even going up to $100, returning to its all-time high. I honestly believe that they will do it, you see, because of what will occur after Bitcoin crashes to zero and cryptocurrencies become more widely adopted. Now, guys, that is it for this video. I'm not going to make it any much longer than it currently is. I hope that you've been enlightened, and all of what we've discussed here have given you some added clarity and understanding concerning the 1 cent move that is coming. Please position yourselves. This thing is coming up very, very soon. Now, you guys, please take very good care of yourselves. Peace. Shalom. Until next time.